And this is the February 2026 Executive Committee meeting of the Wake County Libertarian Party. I'm calling it to order at 2033 on the 1st of February. And I will now go and look at the agenda to make sure I don't miss anything. Let's Google Calendar. Uh, okay. So we start out with the chair report, and there's really not much to report on the North Carolina General Assembly side. Not much has happened, but they will be coming back into session. So hopefully we'll have more exciting things happening this month than we did in January, which is basically nothing. Candidates update. The all seven candidates are in various stages of being launched. We have website worksheets from from one of the three newbies, and the others are supposedly very close. So we should have websites by the primary is the objective, which would be a month from the day after tomorrow, I guess. Um, and I've got an appointment to open bank account with one of them, and I think that one of the other two are going to open an account too. So that's moving along. January events postmortem. We had a very successful convention, and we were able to adopt some minor changes to our plan of organization, and we ran an election, and things went. I think it was the shortest convention ever. It was like barely over an hour. So it went very well. Um, and that's it for my chair report. Moving on to the treasurer's report. Sean is not able to attend in person, but you may have seen he posted, as he usually does, on Mattermost, and we have something like $5,500 in the bank at the moment. We're about to pay our annual Nation Builder bill, so that'll knock it down by 700 bucks or so. But that's we're still in fairly reasonable shape. We are desiring to raise another $2,000 or so for our candidates. And now that I've finally finished all of the reports, so I should have mentioned for the candidate update that all of the financial disclosure reports were filed on time. And now that that's done, the deadline was Friday. I will turn my attention back to fundraising. And any questions on the treasury report or on the chair report? Cool. Moving right along, future events. Mike Munger has been very evasive. I have not actually been able to talk to him. We've exchanged uh, some text messages back and forth, but I'm still desirous of trying to pin him down to talk about work, what's going to work for people to get a livelihood in North Carolina going forward in this era of AI and robots and so on. But that hasn't exactly come to fruition yet. We have a tentative date, on the other hand, for Ed George. So I'll let David talk about that. David, you talk about that.
Well, the big question is, have you reserved Tobacco Road for the date?
I have an email into to them. I have not heard back to confirm it, but I'm pretty
So,
confident
and
that it'll
so
work out.
you, we're shooting for 22 April.
Correct.
Yes. So Ed George has gone on the journey of following Berkshire Hathaway for apparently some time and taken some of the lessons learned there, it looks like, on how to research companies and invest. And as he has pointed out in some emails, he is not providing investment advice. But I know people sometimes complain about big companies and government and regulation and all that. It would be nice and educational, I think, to have somebody come in who can share what he's learned about investing on his own and kind of talk about how that works if you decide to go down the route of investing. I do believe still it's possible for individuals to make money in the market, so to speak, and he will talk about some of the pitfalls. And I've had several conversations with him. I know you've actually invested, Brad, on something based on one of his newsletters. Uh, there's all that stuff out on the internet about put your money here, put your money there. I actually have somebody in my family that's lost a little bit of money recently in crypto, so I thought it would be interesting to have somebody come back and talk to Wake LP about investing the good old-fashioned way, which apparently still can make money. So,
Is there a libertarian hook to this presentation?
um, yes, libertarians believe in free markets and making money. So I believe that that will be interesting. I mean, not trying to be too cute there, but it is interesting for that reason alone. And I think people who I'm hoping we can get some people to come in who would just be interested in that. Just somebody who's followed Berkshire Hathaway. I think you picked up on a gold company. Is that what you
Gold mining company,
did,
yeah.
Brad? Gold mining company, yeah, and did okay. So I just think it would be interesting to have somebody talk about what you could do on your own if you really apply yourself and research companies and what he's learned doesn't work and does work. And, you know, it doesn't sound like he's done anything super, super amazing or gotten super, super lucky. It sounds like he's just applied some very tried and true lessons learned and done well with some of
Well,
his recommendations. Not all of them, but some of them. And he's also had some interactions with some people that are on the cable news financial networks. So,
he attends all of the Berkshire Hathaway meetings and knows people that there's obviously many people attend those meetings, and he's fallen in with a group of them. So there he has those
yeah.
contacts as well. Yeah. He got me into a gold mining company about 2 years ago. I think it was about $4, $4.50 a share. And I bought more when it got up to over 10. And this last week, it hit 20 in the gold, silver buying frenzy. And then, of course, it tanked the last 3 or 4 days of last week. I think it's around 15 now. So I'm still in pretty good shape. Although I would have been a lot happier if I'd sold it all at 20. Um, so there was one more item. Any questions about e either of those? Those are we're attempting to make those events for Wake LP meetups. Um, and I have one more item of new business that I did not get onto the agenda, but I wanted to raise, which is that we do have municipal, or rather primary elections coming up in Raleigh. I believe the only election, I'm absolutely positive there may be a primary in District 4, Congressional District 4, um, where Guy Millior is our man. Obviously, there's no primary on the Libertarian side, so we wouldn't have anything to vote for. But there is a nonpartisan primary for City Council in Raleigh, the only municipality that has even-numbered year elections. And I wanted to raise the possibility of looking at that from a Wake LP libertarian perspective. There's 6 candidates running for 4 slots for the general election. There's 2 seats available. So the objective of the primary is to narrow the field down from 6 to 4, and then the general election will narrow it down from 4 to 2 winners. So in the primary election, actually in both elections, I guess you can vote for 2 people. There was a forum this week, and I know that David Ulmer attended because I saw him there. That is to say, I saw his ceiling fan there in the recording of the Zoom meeting. It was a Zoom event. Um, and I was impressed with, well, I like one of the incumbents, Stormy Fort, and I was impressed with one of the newcomers, Clark Reinhardt, I think his name is. Um, and I also,
Correct.
James Bledsoe is also running. So there's 3 candidates there that I'm interested in. I don't know, David, you attended the thing in person. I don't know if any of your questions were one of the ones asked, but what was your impression?
Well, it was hosted by a group that I don't necessarily feel is pro housing, pro growth, pro opportunity, and realistic about the challenges facing Raleigh. So um, I'll kind of let it go at that. It's just I think all of the candidates walked that fairly well. I'll just let that go. There's some misinformation I think out there around one of the candidates. but I'm not sure. Your thinking is what? You would just have one of them maybe come by. I'm not sure we could have an event with them per
No,
se.
not
So,
time to have an event, I don't believe. I was just thinking that, wondering if it would make sense for us to weigh in as a party, as we have on other elections.
I would wait until we've had the primary and we've gotten some more stuff out of there, especially since we'd only have like a week and a half to hash that out before early voting started.
All right, sounds reasonable. Have you narrowed it down to whom you're going to support?
I know who I'm voting for, but I'm gonna not upset a previous candidate from cycles in the past. One candidate I used to be lukewarm on now has a voting record, and I'm more excited because that voting record has played out well, in my opinion. So she will get my vote.
That would be Stormy.
Yes. So, and then the other candidate I know was kind of handpicked by somebody leaving council. And since I was very happy with that person, I won't say handpicked, that's probably not fair, but clearly one person leaving council uh, encouraged somebody to run who I think if that's if they are on the same page, then I am on the same page and we'll probably go that route just because I don't buy into some of it. Like Clark Reinhardt took some heat. One of the issues is in some communities, churches own quite a bit of land around their properties, and in public-private partnerships have voluntarily decided, since they're churches and they're to do good, to partner up and allow some affordable units to be built on their property, which is a net benefit. And I think, unfortunately, one or two candidates have portrayed that as government will confiscate church property, which is not what that candidate said at all. So anyway, rather than drag this out with my opinion on the city of Raleigh, I'm going to let the primary play out and see who's left. It may not be an issue going forward as to who we do or don't endorse. We'll just see what four are left.
That makes sense. Although I think it's pretty likely Bledsoe will make the cut, but we'll see.
We will
Was he the
Um,
see.
one who had all the flags on his car?
that was James
Okay.
Bledsoe, the American flag you're talking about, I presume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was James Bledsoe. Yeah, he's a veteran and very proud of it, understandably. Um, and we supported him in the last cycle. He was actually a independent and a member of the party by dint of having paid dues to us. But this cycle, he is a registered Republican, although it's a nonpartisan race, and your party doesn't show up. So we can't endorse him the way we did last time. Um, so, but that's a November issue, not a March issue. Any other questions? Of course, it doesn't matter if you're not in Raleigh, like David Blackwelder, who's, completely bored by this conversation. Um, all right. Moving on to old business. The IRV needs assessment project had a slow January because I was mostly focused on wrestling my 19 candidate committees reports. I should say, as an aside, that it's a fairly high priority for me to try to find a replacement for Steve Prinz, which I've been, theoretically trying to do for the last 3 years. But Robert Rose was filling in for him in the sense of being on all of my committees as an assistant treasurer in case I get hit by a truck, and he's now retired. So he's kept a couple of them, but for the most part, it's all on me, which, is no problem from a workflow point of view. But well, it would be great if I could get somebody that would do some of them and back me up on all the other ones. So if anyone
Help
comes
my memory,
across some.
Brad. The Help me with my memory, Brad. The person to do this job does have to be a citizen in the state of North Carolina, or a resident of the state of North Carolina is probably a better word.
That's a good question. I'm not sure if that's true or not. And I should find out because I was just it was my predecessor as treasurer, Daniel Chang, I believe his name was, moved to Oakland and precipitating a crisis that I came along and filled. Uh, and so I was just kidding him. It was his birthday the week ago, and I was just kidding. him online about potentially coming back. Yeah, but he was not going to move back from Oakland, so
So,
we have.
long story short, find out if somebody can be a resident
Yeah,
of
I
Texas
do
and do
need
that
to do
job.
that. I will do that.
Yeah, yeah, because I can maybe draft somebody, Shanghai, whatever
Right.
term you want to use. I have available somebody who I might be able to persuade.
That would be cool. Yeah. Well, yeah, they can make a little bit of money. It's not, we don't pay very much, but
Yeah.
we do pay a
Well,
little
and
bit.
this is somebody who only has a little bit of money, but they also have an accounting degree. So there it is, Brad. There's your do out. Find out
All
if the
right.
person can be a resident of Texas.
Well, I'll find out.
Thank you.
Um, okay. Old business. Well, yes. Well, so IRV needs assessment and we'll be stoking up again immediately. Where that is at is that we
What is
have
IRB?
commitments. Sorry. Oh, what the IRV needs assessment project. IRV is instant runoff voting. It's uh, our pseudonym for ranked choice voting. We don't want to call it ranked choice voting because ranked choice voting, the term ranked choice voting is like a red cape to a bull for Republicans. We do have two Republican members of the North Carolina House in Wake County, and both of them have agreed to sign a letter to the North Carolina State Board of Elections asking for that entity to do a needs assessment as to what it would take to get to implement ranked choice voting in Wake County as an option for municipalities and the county. And we are recruiting other people to sign that letter too. We want Democrats to sign it as well. So that's basically what that project involves. Um, Ranked choice voting would be really cool for libertarians because it would mean people could vote for, you're a libertarian candidate without having worrying about quote unquote wasting their vote, which would be great for us. But it would also be very beneficial for a variety of reasons, which I'd be happy to go into at some other time, not pertinent at the moment. Um, 2025 CapF, I've kind of mentioned this before. Not much happened in January. We'll be stoking this up again also now that I'm back from financial reporting reports hell. And business meeting recordings posted on YouTube. Um, Maria.
They actually are. I finally got around to it thanks
eh,
to the weather. I didn't have to travel.
Oh,
Um,
well, thank you, weather.
yeah, there you go. There's the silver lining there. And then also, just really quickly, I know we didn't touch on it, but the minutes should be up to date. And I went ahead and took Ed's minutes and put them on some pretty letterhead or whatever, and that's all in
Okay, so
our
we're talking about the minutes for the convention as well as the minutes for the January meeting?
everything should be there. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
it's all on the Google Drive. So
All
if you want
right.
to print them out,
So
they lie.
I will volunteer to do a draft of the update of the plan of organization since it was the two corrections or improvements that were accepted by the convention were mine. Seems only fair. But theoretically, that should come from you. So I will put a draft together, and then you can bless it and make sure that that I haven't erred. Um, and uh, and then I'll work with you to post it on the website. Well, once we are happy that it's kosher.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I skipped the January meeting minutes acceptance, and also the December meetings minutes acceptance. I guess since we still have 9 minutes to go before it's a half an hour, we can go look at those. Maria, do you have easy? Are you on your computer?
Yeah, do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, let me get back to
Okay.
Zoom and give
Oh,
you
I
the right to do
need you
that.
to let me do that. Please.
Screen sharing. Multiple participants can share. I think you should be able to do that now.
All right, hang on, let me get into the file. All right, cool. Hang on. Here, share, you should be able to see my screen. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this guy over. All right.
Ooh, nice trees.
Oh, thank you. All right, so I could not add anything to the conventions. For some reason, I'm not allowed to add anything to that folder. So I just went ahead and put everything in here.
Okay.
So I started a new document for 2026 because 2025 is housed in this folder right here.
Yeah, don't
And
worry about the
then,
convention for now. That's a separate process. So,
okay, well, I'm just
uh,
telling you that's where that lives. But
yeah.
2025, then, if you all want to see it, it's just the same document. And I could not find a video for December. Did we have one?
Maybe I didn't post it. I'll have to
Okay.
look.
All right. But anyways, yeah. So this is it right here for 2025.
Okay.
So like I said, everything's in this folder right here if you want to take a peek at
You
it.
want to navigate to December or to January and just show us what it is so we can eyeball it? Maybe we
Yeah.
can get it approved.
January, what do you mean? So oh yeah, it's like I said, I started a new document. So there's January, all right down there.
Okay. Give me a minute with it. Looks good. Looks good. You want to scroll up just a little bit, please? There you go. Perfect. All right. This looks good to me. Anybody else see anything
Oops, sorry.
noteworthy that we need to adjust? I would entertain a motion to approve the January meeting minutes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All
Owner
in
says
favor?
second. Aye.
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 I
Great. All opposed? There's nobody left. Great. That's done.
All right.
All right. Back to my agenda. I think we have covered everything on the agenda. Does anybody have anything else to raise at this point in time? If
I'll just
not,
ask out of so for Lake Lure we have how many delegates allocated and how many do we currently have going roughly? If
well,
you're off by one, I'm not going to hold
there's
it to you.
actually three different figures. The figure is allocated, and that's like roughly 50. I don't remember the exact number. I
Okay.
think it's more than 50. We had at the convention, we had 25 people sign up as being interested in going. However, only about 8 of those have actually registered. So those are the three numbers.
Okay. Um, it's up to you. I wouldn't be opposed to spending $50 on a Facebook ad that just says the LPNC convention for WakeLP is blah 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 dates at the end of March or whatever. It's actually at a really nice location and that might catch a few people. Maybe you'll get a few more delegates. And if nothing else, it's just an advertisement that instead of going to awful Hickory, sorry, to Hickory, North Carolina, like the Republican Party has in the last couple conventions, we go to a nice resort. As far as image messaging, letting
Yeah,
people know that we do nice stuff, that might
supporting
be,
Western North Carolina. Absolutely.
yeah,
That's a
that
good
might
idea.
be, yeah, hey, yeah, we're going here. Halloween is, I won't say over, but we're going to go spend our money there. And I mean, yeah, there's multiple ways to portray that as a nice event. It's actually a nice resort. It's in a part of the state that needs help, and we're doing stuff.
I like it. All right, sold. Anything else? In that case, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second,
All in favor?
I
I
Aye.
And the ayes have it. Excellent. We are adjourned. And let's see, I have to go back to Zoom to turn off the recording.